Have you ever met someone, like, for the very first time, and your brain just knew? There's no proof, not a single reason you can point to, but you get this immediate, almost downloaded sense of who they are. It's this weird ability to see the whole story behind their smile. And let's be honest, you usually turn out to be right. If that sounds like you, then you have a superpower you probably never asked for, and it's time we talk about where it really came from. It's exactly this, that quiet, certain feeling that just washes over you. Sometimes it's a warning, that little nope, and other times it's a sudden wave of understanding where you just know, deep down, that someone's hurting. Even when they're swearing up and down they're fine. You can feel the tension in a room that nobody else even seems to notice, and you spot those red flags from a mile away. And whenever someone asks how you knew, what can you even say? I got a feeling. If this is already hitting a little too close to home, you're definitely in the right place. We talk about stuff just like this all the time, so do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you don't miss what's coming up next. Okay, now let's get into the origins of all this.
All right, so let's really get into it. This intuition you have, it wasn't grown in some peaceful, meditative garden. It wasn't a gift you were just born with. No, this skill was forged, under pressure, in the one place where this kind of high-level perception is an absolute requirement for survival, in chaos. You know, while other kids were busy memorizing their multiplication tables, you were learning a completely different kind of math. You had to calculate in a split second who was in a good mood, who was about to blow up, and what your best move was. Should you be helpful, or should you just become completely invisible? You weren't being overly dramatic. You were learning to be a walking, talking, emotional security system just to keep yourself safe.
You learned to walk into any room and just do an instant vibe check. Your brain basically became an internal weather app, and it was always on, constantly forecasting the emotional climate. Is it calm in here? Is someone secretly furious? Is this conversation safe? Or is an emotional hurricane about to make landfall? You had the forecast ready before anyone even said hello. There's actually a psychological term for this. It's called hypervigilance. It's a state where your nervous system was literally trained to assume that danger was always a possibility. So, to protect you, it started collecting massive amounts of data really fast. Eye contact, body language, tone of voice, even the specific words people chose. All of it became critical intel.
And this is why when you say you just get a feeling, it's not magic. It's your highly trained nervous system recognizing a pattern it has seen before, maybe hundreds of times. It's a deeply ingrained, incredibly sophisticated skill. I mean, you walk into a party and while other people are looking for the drinks, you've already identified the insecure person in the corner, the couple having a silent fight, and the one who's trying way too hard.
So this training, it doesn't just help you read a room, it helps you read the people in the room. You learned how to see the real story, the one that's happening right behind their carefully constructed social mask.
See, your brain isn't just listening to their words. It's running this constant, silent background check for all the tiny little details that most people miss. You know that split-second hesitation before they answer a simple question? That forced laugh that doesn't reach their eyes? The way their entire energy just drops when a certain name is mentioned? You don't even consciously look for it. Your brain just adds it all up and spits out a conclusion.
And this is that conclusion. You hear the subtext. I mean, you've heard, "I'm fine" so many times right before things fell apart that your brain now treats that phrase as a potential warning, not a reassurance. You don't just hear what they say, you hear the part they're desperately trying to hide.
And have you ever wondered why complete strangers will tell you their deepest secrets after knowing you for like 5 minutes? It's because on some level, they can feel this. They sense that you see past the performance. It's completely disarming. It's like you've already read the spoilers to their life, so they figure they might as well just tell you the whole story.
Okay, so let's wade into the more controversial part of this skill. Because it's not just about empathy. It's a full-blown survival algorithm that operates on a very specific and sometimes, kind of harsh principle. Now, this isn't about you being a pessimist or cynical person. It's a survival strategy. Your brain's default policy is one of extreme caution. It would much rather have a few false alarms than miss one real threat. So when someone is overly charming or just a little too nice, you don't relax. Your brain squints and asks, okay, but what's the angle? It's a mechanism that was built to prevent you from getting blindsided ever again. And here's how your brain gathers its proof. You conduct these little subconscious social experiments. You're not being manipulative, you're just doing what your nervous system believes is necessary research. You might share a small insecurity, or set a tiny boundary, or just say no to a small request. And then you quietly watch. How do they react? Do they handle it with care and respect, or do they somehow make it about them? Because ultimately, you've learned the hard way the promises are cheap. You've heard, "You can trust me one too many times only to be let down." So now, your trust is earned through consistent, observable behavior. That bad feeling you get about someone, it isn't random. It's often the result of them failing several of these quiet little tests. And this brings us to the final and maybe the most important part of this whole equation. This ability you have, it is both a genuine gift and a really heavy burden. Let's look at that duality for a second.
First off, let's just validate this right now. Your gift is absolutely real. You genuinely are more perceptive than most people. You see the patterns, you pick up on the energies, you spot the inconsistencies that everyone else just sails right past. You're not imagining it. You're basically human surveillance, but with feelings.
But here's the trade-off, and it is a big one. The gift of seeing the truth protects you from a lot of potential pain. The cost is that you almost never get to just relax, to just be in the moment. Your mind is always a few steps ahead, running simulations, predicting outcomes, and cross-referencing everything with your past experiences. It is really hard to be present when your brain is acting like a time traveler with trust issues.
And the most exhausting part? You can't turn it off. There is no airplane mode for this level of awareness. Even when you desperately want to just switch off your brain and be clueless for a little while, your nervous system is still scanning, still analyzing, still processing this constant stream of extra information that leaves you tired in a way that's hard for other people to understand.
So, what does this all mean? What's the bottom line here? It's this. Your powerful intuition is not some mystical power you were just born with. It's a highly sophisticated survival skill that you learned because you had to. It is a genuine gift that allows you to see the world with incredible clarity, but it's a gift that comes with a very real weight. And that really leaves us with the big question, doesn't it? Since this scanner never truly turns off, how do you learn to manage the cost? How do you find any peace when you are literally wired for vigilance? It's something to really think about. If this resonated with you on any level, please subscribe for more breakdowns just like this one. And now, I really want to hear from you. How do you manage the cost of this gift? Go ahead and share your thoughts and your experiences in the comments below, because this is a pretty unique way of moving through the world. Thanks for tuning in.